Hello my lovely people, welcome to my channel. My name is Janet. Today we are going to be doing a 20-minute all standing cardio and strength workout. No jumping, all safe for the knees, but all you need is a medium to heavy weight. So I've gone for 3 kilos here. Feel free to go a little bit heavier or a little bit lighter depending on where you are in your fitness journey. If you do not have any weights, of course, you can grab something in the house that you can hold in one hand that gives you a little bit of resistance to help you build up and tone up those muscles and also raise your heart rate. Now, as always, don't forget to leave me some comments and some likes if you like this workout and help my channel to grow by subscribing below. Now, let's grab your weight and let's get started. All right, team, let's grab that weight, doing a step touch with a weight push forward and back. Obviously, you can just hold on to the weight. It still adds resistance. Otherwise, every time you step, you push the weight forward in front of you, just in line with your chest or a little bit higher if you want to work your shoulders a little bit more today. For my people that have shoulder injuries, you might take the weight a little bit lower, below the chest, or you might not move the weight at all, as we're just starting to warm up anyway. No need to add any arms as yet. Good. All right, just resting for 10 seconds. Course, as always with my workouts, you can keep going and take the rest away. Otherwise, you're going to step over and draw a rainbow with the arms. So we're starting to bring the arms a little bit up higher, coming across above the head, drawing a big rainbow with your arms, slight bend in the elbows. The legs stay relatively the same. Make sure you always have a little bend in the knees, of course, as you're stepping over an invisible puddle there. If it gets too much, obviously just drop the weight down, have a bit of a moment, and then bring it back in again. Great, 10 seconds, rest there, have a moment. All right, so we're gonna take the weight into that right hand only. Left knee is gonna lunge down, right leg is straight, and we're just gonna lift the arm up in the air above the head with a single arm, shoulder mobility and strength here. If this is too much to lift that whole arm straight, all you're going to do is bring it down and lead with the elbows. Maybe just take the elbows and bend them up towards your shoulders. But if you're okay to, reach down towards the left and reach all the way up to the rooftop. Generally pull the stomach muscles right into the spine and intensify your core when you start to lift the arm above the head. That way it keeps everything nice and stable and protected in your lower back. Good, 10 seconds rest there. All right, so we're twisting just to that left side. You're gonna go into a squat position, both hands on the weight. Drop down and lift that left knee and twist to that left knee side. Nice and quick with this one, because we're starting to build up that heart rate. Obviously still nice on the knees because there's no real jumping at all. The whole foot always stays on the ground on the right side. Keep the bend in your right knee. You just go into a deeper squat, and then when you come up, your right knee still has a little bit of bend in it. This is really good for working your waistline at the same time as your cardio. Twisting out through. Good, 10 seconds, rest there. All right, so we're doing the same move on the other side. So the weight now goes into the left hand. Your right knee will start to do the bend as you lunge down to the right,
and then exhale, lift up. So I go inhale when I reach down, exhale to reach up. The reason why you exhale is you want to empty out your diaphragm so you can pull your belly button right in tight to the spine to turn on your stomach muscles as best as possible. And I breathe out and I push up. That's it. When you're lunging down, make sure that right knee though stays over the toes on the right side. It doesn't go inwards. You want to stay over the toes to protect your knee joint at all time. And have your legs nice and wide. Good, 10 seconds, rest here. All right, we're doing that twist now to the right side. So you're gonna squat down, hold the weight in both hands, drop down and twist. The right knee is lifting up. So you wanna try to get the right knee nice and high past your hip line. Works your hip joint at the same time as you twist the body through the middle. Good for that spine mobility as well, to be able to twist it all the way around. Drop and twist, breathing it out. Go as low as you want with the squat. You can go a little bit deeper now as your body's starting to warm up through after these few exercises. Go for it. 10 seconds rest here. Alright, so we're going to curtsy out with the legs and lift the arms straight up to about shoulder or a little bit higher, maybe towards the forehead for those of you who can. So drop down into that curtsy, which means one leg steps behind the other and you bend both knees like you're bowing down to royalty, curtsying and practicing that out. But notice how both hips face forward. They do not twist to the side. They stay in the same direction, facing straight forward there. Curtsy. Breathe out on the curtsy. Inhale as you bring it into the middle. Make sure the arms are bending. Same as before, if your shoulder mobility is a little bit tight today, you just don't lift the arms as high. Good. All right, let's turn to that right side. We're going to do into a lunge position and then try to balance a little bit, kicking that left leg up in the air and dropping that body and weight forward. So you're going to do a bicep curl when you're lunging and then drop down. Make sure that leg is a good distance apart, about 1 meter. Your back heel stays off the ground and your toes are just lightly touching behind before you push off with the toes and squeeze the glutes on your standing right leg. I find your right leg is the one that works the hardest as you drop and lift, because that's the leg that's sort of helping you balance. Back leg extended with a little bit of bend in the knees as always. Focusing on a spot about 1 meter in front of you. Good, have a moment. Lovely. All right, so we're going to do a compound workout, which means you do multiple muscles in one time. You reach down to the ground, lift it up, and go into a tricep curl. With a tricep curl, your elbows are quite narrow around your ears, and you drop the weight to the back of the neck. So your weight travels very far, goes all the way to the floor, lift up, and behind your back. Nice and low. Your bum should be dropping down in line with the knees. Try to get the weight to touch as close as you can to the ground with your chest upwards though. As you get tight in the legs, of course, feel free to not go as deep in your legs. But these are big muscles of yours. The more you work them, the strengthen them, the better your calories burn. Nice, 10 seconds rest. All right, we're facing towards that left-hand side. We're going to the same move with the lunge. Left leg in front, right leg behind you. Drop the knee into a lunge position, bicep curl it, and you're just gonna lift it off the ground. It's like a little push-up, but also you wanna work your stability. So even though your back leg is pushing and there's a bit of momentum, you wanna stop your body from falling forward, arms reaching towards the ground. Eye gaze slightly forward always to keep your neck and spine nice and long. Who doesn't want a nice long neck and straight spine? Especially if you sit all day and just hunch about like I do at a sedentary job. Really good to counter those moves. Good. All right, marching on the spot there or having a 10 seconds rest, whatever works for you. Oh, this is definitely going to raise your heart rate. So arms straight up in the air, holding on to your heavy weight, and we're just going to do a alternating knee up. Knees going out a little bit, not in front of you, but to the side. Strenuous because your cardio is kicking it, as well as holding up that weight above the head. Works your shoulder mobility and stability. Being able to hold something above the head there. It's like you're just doing a handstand really, with some weird leg movement. Up and down, up and down. Still low impact for the lovely knees. Good. All right, 10 seconds rest there. All right, this one's a little bit of a TikTok movement. So we're going to go tap out to the side, tap out to the side, and then you just do a TikTok for 4, and then tap, tap, 1, 2, 3, 4. Tap, tap, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, option is when you do the TikTok with the legs, you're going to push the arms up and down because it definitely helps raise the heart rate a little bit more. TikToking through. So tap, tap, tick, tock. 4 counts. It's a little bit coordinated. Sometimes you look a little bit special moving the arms and legs in a weird motion, but it's okay. You're in the privacy of your own home. Do what you want. And press, press, press. Good. Fastest in the middle. Excellent. Have that 10 seconds rest now. All right, we're turning over to that left-hand side. The weight is going into your right arm. We're going to step your left foot forward and back so that weight is in the opposite hand to the leg that is stepping forward. So my left leg steps forward into a front lunge, and I'm going to pull the arm back towards about chest, forward, back. It's a nice and quick. So as soon as you come back, it's a light tap, and then you sort of almost fall forward, but your muscles and strength will stop you from falling any further, and you take it into a nice front lunge, pull back, front lunge, pull back. It's a quick little movement, of course slightly more coordinated, so you can start with the legs first and just hold the arms down if you're just practicing the legs. You can later bring in the arms next time you do it. Alright, take a rest. Swap the weight into the hand. We're going straight into the other side. This time your right leg is stepping forward, left hand has the weight. Drop down, pull back, drop, pull. So when I drop forward, it's a good meter step forward because you want to get 90-degree bend in your back knee, 90-degree bend in your front knee, so they both look equally bent at the same spot. You don't ever want your knees to go in front of the toes or take the bend into a lower degree than 90 because it starts to load your knee joints. We want to preserve our bodies for a long time, so be nice and kind to your joints. Step forward, back heel lifted as you step forward, keeping the toes on the ground. Perfect. 10 seconds rest. Not much more to go, team. All right, this is called a ladder run. You are going to lead with your right leg as out, out, in, out, out, in. With your right leg at the halfway point, I will let you know because we're going to swap with the legs so that both sides of your body works evenly and also works both sides of your brain. So lead with your right leg. It goes out, out, in, out, out, in, nice and fast. This is called a ladder run. And then we will swap to the other side. Coming up to your halfway point. Okay, now we're going to swap over with your left leg leading. Left, out, out, in. So lead with your left leg, step back in with your left leg. If you forget to swap sides, it's not a big deal, all right? This is just to see. Sometimes some people favor one side than the other to push off. And you want to just keep it nice and even. Awesome. Take a rest. All right, we're going to do a double step touch with the arms lifting up and down every time. So step, 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 step. As you step, your arms raise forward and back. Definitely when the arms swing in front of your body, that's when your stomach muscles has to be engaged. I say you just keep your stomach muscle engaged this whole 50 seconds and then rest it obviously in the middle. That's how you work your deep core work. So full body workout today, team. You get your heart rate up, you get your legs moving and toning, and your arms, and definitely your stomach. Anytime you have to lift heavy weights above the head, your stomach will always have to activate. All right, 10 seconds rest. I think we've only got 2 more exercises. All right, we're going to do a double pulse in the middle and swing the arm up to the diagonal on one side, double pulse, and then swing. So reach down 2 times and lift. All right, if you're still feeling like you've got a bit of energy and your legs are not too tight, I suggest you go a little bit lower and reach lower than I do if you can. Below the knees with the weight, 2 pulses, then swing up. The leg that is on the opposite side of the direction you're swinging will just tap to the side because you want to twist the body but not twist your knees. So you want to keep your knees sort of in line on the diagonal plane through the whole body. Keep going, team. You've only got 1 more exercise to do and then you are done for this workout. And then stick with me for a quick stretch. All right, last little bit. Like a little running man, really. So we're going to take one leg, shuffle behind and push the arms. Good. Step back, step back, step back. Arms pushing. I'm just standing to the side so you can see what I'm doing. Feel free to face whichever direction is easiest. But this is your very last exercise before we drop the weight for just a quick stretch in the legs and arms. And then you can be on your merry way. I hope you have enjoyed this type of workout, team. Don't forget to let me know in the comments and support by subscribing and liking. 10 seconds of your life. This is it. Good. And rest it out. You can drop that weight now. Give that little body a shake. Keep facing that left hand side. We're going to step that left foot forward, right leg back. Heels all the way down at the back as best as you can. You might not get the heels all the way down. And then lift the heel, drop the knee, push the pelvis forward. This is your hip flexor on that right hand side. Lean over to that left leg for your inner thigh stretch there. Hands to the ground as an option. Into the middle, legs a little bit wider. This is your hamstrings and lower back. Tuck the chin in, top of the head pointing to the ground. And slowly move over to the other side, just to even it out on the right. Turn to the right side. All right, coming up, your back leg is straight. Push the heels as far down as you can, stretching out your hamstrings. Lift the heel, drop the knee, push the pelvis forward a little. Good. Link the hands, reach it up. Look up to the hands, stretch out the neck, stretch out your shoulders. Link the hands behind you and then just push the hands away from your body. Open up that chest. Really good stretch for your posture as well. Link the hands in front, tuck that chin in and round your back. And you are done. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you on the next workout. Bye, team.